You are tuned into a special player spotlight interview on the CS Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the CS Podcast presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com. I'm your guys' host, Chris Shanafelt, and it is about that time of the year where we start flushing out these prospect interviews. The NFL Draft is about 4 or 5 months away, so as always, you guys can visit my YouTube page, youtube.com/ChristianRE722. Follow me on Twitter at Chris Shanafelt, or it's probably easiest just to visit the website, NFLDraftBible.com, to check out this prospect interview and many others. And with that said, joining the show now for a player spotlight interview is 2016 NFL Draft prospect, safety out of Marist College. He's Zach Adler, and I appreciate you taking some time this afternoon, Zach. I mean, with your collegiate career now officially behind you, is it bittersweet at all that you will no longer be playing the collegiate game anymore? I mean, I know you're looking forward to your future, but is there any part of you that's going to be missing the college game or really the entire college experience as a whole?
Oh, thank you for having me, first off. And I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was there for 4 or 5 years. You get a real tight bond with the players, the coaches, stuff like that. I mean, I had an unbelievable 4 or 5 years here at Marist College, but everything comes to an end, and I'm definitely excited for this next chapter in my life.
Absolutely. Now, I want to take you back quite a few years. Like you said, you were there at Marist for 5 years. Talk about the decision to attend Marist College and playing for the Red Foxes. I mean, coming out of high school, did you have any other offers, and how did you decide that Marist would be the best fit for you?
I had a couple of other offers. I had University of Albany, Jacksonville, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I played wide receiver in high school, and I want to go to the defensive side of the ball. And Marist basically told me that they were the only school that would allow me to play defense. So, I mean, that was definitely the biggest impact for me, I would say, because, to play defense. And it was the best decision I think I've ever made.
Well, playing wide receiver in high school, why did you want to make the switch to the defensive side of the ball?
I mean, I've always wanted to play defense, and I definitely think playing offense my whole life before college definitely helped me out a lot on the defensive side of the ball for a lot of reasons. I mean, reading like wide receiver routes and stuff like that, getting basically a different perspective from the other side of the ball. And I mean, it definitely helped catching and stuff like that. So I mean, I thought some DBs don't have the best hands or stuff like that, but playing wide receiver for so long, it definitely helped me. So I definitely think it's definitely a strength to my ability.
Okay, absolutely. And, like you said, I mean, making the switch to defensive back from wide receiver, you kind of already have that wide receiver mentality, kind of having an idea of what the wide receiver might do, seeing as if you did play the position at one point. And like you said, I mean, I asked that question mainly because, as you said, I mean, most people say, I'm playing defensive back because he doesn't have the hands to play wide receiver. And obviously looking at what you've been able to do these 4 or 5 years at Marist, I think you would say the opposite when it comes to you, Zach Adler. And you did end up redshirting your first year in 2011, but the following year, I see as a redshirt freshman, you played in all 11 games and even made 2 starts. That season, I see you recorded 34 tackles and led the team with 4 interceptions. What was that like for you to sit out a year, kind of watch the team from the sidelines, and then once you're able to finally put the pads on and get on the field, you're able to make an immediate impact? I mean, were you expecting to have as much success as you did right off the bat that season?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, again, redshirting was definitely tough. I mean, I definitely think it helped me get bigger, stronger, and understand the playbook. And in my sophomore and junior year, I only played maybe 10, 15 snaps a game. So, I mean, and still, I mean, I recorded 4 interceptions in both of those years. So, I mean, again, I worked, extremely hard, not only in the weight room and on the field, but also in the film room to understand the quarterbacks and the wide receivers I was going up against. So, I mean, I was definitely, how can I say that? I mean, I was definitely looking forward for my chance to, to put on the pads and, to make those plays.
Absolutely, and I'm sure now, being able to play that fifth year, I'm sure you probably you probably like the decision to redshirt that freshman year of yours back in 2011, I believe it was. Seeing as if here you are just this past season, another year older, another year stronger, another year wiser, playing still again as a fifth year senior now. Like you said, as a sophomore, you're still of course there on the field. You're named second team all-conference. You recorded 30 tackles, led the team once again in interceptions with 4. And then the following year, though, Zach, as a junior, you really had a career year as, looking at these 4 active seasons at Marist. I mean, your junior year was probably your most successful one statistically. Your 78 total tackles were second most on the team, and for the third straight season, you led the 7 interceptions, 13 passes defended, and then 6 pass breakups. You were, of course, named first-team all-conference and third-team FCS All-American. What was it about that junior year of yours? Was it, really just getting the opportunity to be on the field more? Were more balls just being thrown your way? Was it the extra year of experience? I mean, what was it about that junior year of yours that, kind of made you have that career year?
So basically, I think the biggest thing was just getting on the field more and getting more playing time because like you said, the past 2 years before that, I didn't have that much playing abilities on the field. So I mean, definitely getting a lot more snaps and reps on the field definitely helped out that for sure. And again, I mean, my defensive coordinator put me in the best situation possible. And I mean, the D-line was unbelievable that year. Same with the linebackers and my other DBs. So, I mean, I got to give them all the credit as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now coming off of that eye-opening junior season, I mean, I got to think your confidence entering this season was just at an all-time high. I mean, what were your individual expectations for this past season as it is your final season as a collegiate athlete?
I mean, again, I wanted to build off that junior year and, make any weaknesses or stuff that I can improve on, I wanted to try to improve on. And, I don't think my stats were as good, but at the same time, if you do watch the film and stuff like that, there wasn't as many balls getting thrown down the middle or as many plays to me. But, I mean, I think my stats were still up there, and my position, I was basically the quarterback of the defense. So, I mean, I definitely took a lot of pride in that, putting my defense in the best situations to make these plays and put our team in the best situation to win games.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, I mean, obviously there's just a little bit of a drop-off when you look at the stats from your junior to senior year, but if you were to turn on the film, and obviously I haven't really been able to watch your film, I have been able to watch quite a few highlights of your game, though, but again, it was another very solid season for you, Zach, this past senior season of yours. Again, second on the team with 70 tackles. You had 12 passes defended, 10 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions. Did you feel at all that opposing offenses looked at you any different this season because of the success that you were able to have the season before or really the 3 seasons before?
I definitely think so. I mean, in the past couple of years, I mean, there was a lot more balls getting thrown down the middle or deeper passes. And this season, there was a lot more shorter passes or deep outer passes. So, I mean, I definitely think teams, definitely didn't want to throw it down the middle as much as they did in the past. But again, I mean, it definitely helped our team, get more victories and put my team in a better situation. So, I mean, that's all I could really ask for.
And, of course, it was just a couple of weeks ago, Zach, your collegiate career did come to an end, 20-17 loss against Morehead State. The Marist Red Foxes finished this season 5-6, and quite a few of those losses, I mean, you guys, were within one score of the game. I mean, there's a lot of, 3-point losses, 6-point losses, 7-point losses. I mean, it seems as if you guys were right there in the swing of things. How would you describe not only this past season of yours, but your collegiate career as a whole?
Amazing, exciting, fun. I mean, basically, everything you could ask for. I mean, not only, on the football field, but also in the classroom. I mean, just learning so much different stuff, getting a great education at Marist College, meeting, amazing people, amazing friends. and again, having a great football career and hopefully, making even a better career in the future.
Again, he's the ball hawking defensive back, Zach Adler out of Marist College, joining me here on the CS podcast, powered by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com. And Zach, when did you realize that you would be giving the NFL a shot? When did you think about maybe you do have what it takes to play at the next level?
I mean, my whole life, I've always wanted to play in the NFL. And I mean, again, I went to a couple of camps in high school. Actually, played against Odell Beckham from the New York Giants down in Florida. And I mean, again, it's always been a dream of mine. And I think maybe sophomore year of college, it definitely really hit me. I really do feel I can compete at that next level, and I really do believe in myself. And so I would say definitely my sophomore year of college, I really started believing, I have a future in the NFL.
All right, and I know we're still early in this process, so I'm not exactly sure if you know or not, but do you have any idea as to where you'll be training at over these next few months leading up to the draft, and when and where your pro day will be?
Yes, sir. I will be going down to Florida next month, and I will be training at Fit Speed for the next 2 months in January and February. And I don't know where I'm doing my pro days yet. We're still trying to figure that out now.
All right. Sounds good. I'll tell you what, you cannot beat Florida in the winter, especially, I mean, as you know, being at Marist, I mean, you certainly know the harsh winters. I'm here in Chicago,
Absolutely.
so we definitely get hit hard too. So Florida in the winter, getting ready for the NFL draft, getting ready for your pro days and future combines, you cannot go wrong with that. And FitSpeed, if I'm not mistaken, is actually owned by Brandon Marshall, New York Jets, standout wide receiver. So again, it certainly seems as if you certainly know what you'll be doing as you get ready for, again, pro days and combines and all that great stuff. Now, I'm curious as to seeing how you feel about the small school label. I mean, coming from Marist College, that small school label is obviously attached to you. Is that something that you'll embrace, and will it give you an added chip on your shoulder?
I mean, absolutely. Just in the past couple of years, we have two guys in the NFL now, Terrence Fede, who plays for the Miami Dolphins, and Jason Myers, who's the kicker for the Jaguars. And, I mean, they both came from Marist, both close friends of mine, and, I mean, they both have made numerous plays in the NFL. So, I mean, it just shows that, kids from a small school, especially Marist College, can make an impact at the next level. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to embrace it. I'm excited, for that challenge ahead.
And have those Marist alums given you any advice as you, get ready to pursue a professional career?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I talk to those guys all the time. They're very helpful. Anything I need, questions for or answers with, they provide that. So, I mean, they've been very helpful and basically just trying to guide me in the right path and, just learn from mistakes or stuff they've done in the past since, they were just there a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. Great. I mean, again, he's Zach Adler, the 2016 NFL draft prospect out of Marist College here on the CS podcast, presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible. And just a few more questions before I let you go, Zach. Your time is greatly appreciated. What would you say, for those who may not be too familiar with your game, what would you say is your biggest strength as a defensive back, and what is something that you would like to, work on to get better at?
I would say I'm a ball hawking, physical DB, not afraid to, make the big hit or make a big play at any time. My favorite player is the Honey Badger. So, I mean, I like to try and mold my game around him and basically just be an impact player at not that, and also be a team leader on and off the field. Being vocal when I need to be vocal and, putting my players in the right situations at all time to make, those plays. And, very exciting playmaking ability. I mean, stuff that I think I need to work on. Again, just growing at that next level, like going from high school to college, it's the same thing, but even that much more. So, I mean, I would just say, just keep building my strength, quickness, and stuff like that so I can play at that next level.
Absolutely, and if you're going to play safety, if you're really going to play at the next level, or even at the collegiate level, like yourself, like you've already achieved, you're going to have to be very physical. And like you said, I mean, you are certainly a ball hawk. Even if people don't want to take the time to watch your highlights or watch any of your film, they can certainly just be the generic stat watcher and just see by looking at your stats that obviously you could also be a tackling machine. I mean, 75 tackles from a defensive back. You don't see that every day. And then, of course, those interception numbers certainly stand out, the pass deflections. And something I really like that you said, you mold your game after the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu of the Arizona Cardinals. Probably one of the more fun players to watch in all of the National Football League. I absolutely love it. Now, switching gears now, Zach, I mean, you recently found yourself an agent. You signed with Glenn Lansky and Elite Sports Agency. What all went into that process, and how did you decide that Glenn and Elite Sports Agency would be the best to represent you?
I mean, yeah, there was definitely a couple of agents, past couple of years, and Glenn reached out to me maybe a year or so, and I mean, he was there for any questions I had. He had answers for, and I mean, I just felt like he was definitely the best fit for me. He molds his thing around family. I'm a big family guy. So, I mean, it hit home right away, just, having that first conversation with Glenn. So, I mean, I definitely think it was just the best fit, and I was, definitely very excited for my future with him.
And your future is certainly looking bright as you do get ready for the 2016 NFL Draft. And final question for you, Zach, before I let you go, and that is, it's a question that I end every interview with, and that is, let's say there's an NFL general manager listening to this very interview. Why should he want safety out of Marist College, Zach Adler, a part of his team?
Because I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I mean, I fought against all the odds already, and I mean, on and off the field, I think I'm a class act. I'm hardworking. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll play any position on that field, and I know I can make plays at that next level.
Hey, well said, well said. Zach, I got to say your time is greatly appreciated. It's been a true pleasure being able to speak with you, and I'm certainly wishing you the best as, again, you get ready for the 2016 NFL Draft. Have a great time training down there in Florida, and I'm sure we'll be hearing your name very soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.